went to Canada Math Camp over the summer. So could you describe like your experiences and a day in your life at camp?
Yeah, sure. So, Canada Math Camp is an invitational math camp for top scorers on the CMC in grade 10 or under. So, basically, this year we had roughly 26 campers, and the camp goes on for a week. So, the first day we get there is Saturday, which is just like a bit of a wind down day. And then on Sunday, we went exploring around Toronto. So, we went to the ROM, which is the Royal Ontario Museum. And then afterwards, we went to Snakes and Lattes, which is a board game cafe. It was pretty interesting because we got to eat lunch while also playing board games. And so I played Exploding Kittens with a lot of my friends from Armel. After that, um, it was the weekdays. So from Monday to Friday, every day was we got breakfast from 8 to 9:15, and then we had classes from 9:30 to 12:30, usually just on a single topic. So it could have been algebra, geometry, combinatorics, or number theory. And then we had lunch from 12:30 to 1:30 roughly. Honestly, the schedule is pretty flexible. Like sometimes the lectures went a bit longer to like 12:45. Some ended a bit earlier at like 12:20. Anyways, after lunch, we had another lecture session, this time on a different topic, and then that went on until 5. Afterwards, it was mostly just a lot of downtime because during the lectures, they taught about a topic, but then they also gave us time to work on the problem sets, which is, I would say, pretty different from other math camps. So yeah, usually the rest of the day is a lot of downtime. Dinner is at 6, from 6 to 7, and then after that, there's a group activity, which is optional, but most people generally go. It's either like trivia or like board games or movie night. Something notable is that on Thursday, this activity was an escape room, which was really fun. However, the escape room I went to had 10 people, so it was also a bit chaotic. And then finally, on Friday, we had a mock Olympiad, which is similar to CGMO and CMO in the sense that it's 5 questions, 3 hours. And I would say the questions were roughly like CJMO P4, P5, or CMO P1 or P2 level. Yeah, overall, it was pretty fun.
What was the favorite thing you learned at camp?
I would say that the most interesting thing I learned was radical axis, which is an idea in geometry.
Okay, how were your living situations? Were you living in a hotel like someone else said, or were you in dorms or
We lived at 45 Wilcox, which is a dorm, and it's part of the relatively new part of the U of T campus. So the conditions were pretty nice. There was AC, and also there was a cool mezzanine with lots of greenery, I guess.